Record. So hello everyone. So nice to see you. I don't know if Amy's coming on. I know it's like a two-part team call, but basically we figured out that we had the exact same stuff to say to you guys, especially for the two Q&A questions that we got. And then I have a little something to talk about in regards to your why that I actually had a session with a life coach. This free introductory section with a new life coach that I was looking into, and she took me through asking me about my story, my why, and she's actually in another network marketing business, and so it was really interesting to hear. She just kind of helped me kind of open my eyes to a couple things, and so I want to share that with you guys. And then some time management reminders, and then the Q&A stuff, and then I have a little post-call assignment for you guys. So that's going to be the little agenda for the call. Now let me share my screen and we can get started. Let's see. Okay. Can you guys see the screen? Can I get a thumbs up? Cool. Yay. Awesome. All right. So first, let's start with announcements as usual. So from now on, I guess 6:30 on Sunday nights was the most popular time. It was between 6:37 and 7:30, which I mean, all kind of the same thing. So 6:30 on Sundays. It seems like more of you can make it on a weekend night rather than like a Thursday night, which is great. And then I will also be really, really busy during the week nights or weekdays. And so I'm basically, it's either this or I'm running to a Starbucks with like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to get Wi-Fi ASAP to run a team call. So I feel like this works better for all of us. There's still 10 more days to hit Success Club. So we still have Insanity Max 30 and Size are the $140 challenge packs. And then the 3-day refresh add-on. So basically, what's it called? The Kickstart packs for $180. I saw a lot of you applied for my assistant position. For me, I'm hiring an assistant, someone to help me it's going to be mostly Beachbody, but it could be other things like for Manifestation Babe or something. I don't know. It can be like a bunch of random things, but I'm looking for help. All the details are in the form that I posted in the Team Goal Diggers page. Like what the hourly wage is, what assignments I want you to do, and kind of like a questionnaire. So if you're interested in, making a little bit of extra money and perhaps learning exactly what I do for my business will help me get to this point that you will be doing, and you can in turn use those exact things and use it for your business, go ahead and apply. I would love to see as many of you apply as possible. And then I will be actually looking at the applications, probably my flight home tomorrow. National Wake Up Call is on Mondays at 8 a.m. Pacific time. This is the most basic personal development that you can do for your business, and it's very Beachbody specific. So my recommendation is that you do one kind of personal development daily that has nothing to do with Beachbody, something aimed at all entrepreneurs, something aimed at people with mindset help, like whatever you need, just something more broad personal development. And then I recommend every single day watching some kind of a training, or you can spread it out into 15-minute increments. So either going on YouTube and looking for a training, or listening to a National Wake Up Call or something like that that's Beachbody related. So that way you're getting ideas from all kinds of entrepreneurs, and at the same time you're getting ideas from coaches and seeing how you can combine the two to make yourself stand out and be more unique in your business. So I know Amy did a team call that was kind of last minute yesterday that I have not yet watched, but I will watch after this call. It's on like pages. So it turns out there's a huge discussion in Diamond Group that Facebook basically has an option now on your personal page where people can report you for running a business on your personal page, and Facebook hates business done on your personal page, mainly because they want you to use a like page, and that's more professional, it's more for business, and also they want you to pay for ads. But there's actually lots of ways that you can grow a like page without spending a lot of money on, which we just have to learn. And so this is going to be a transition for a lot of us. Basically watch Amy's call on it, and she will show you how to start a like page. If you have no idea what a like page is, go watch the call, why to start a like page, and then we will keep adding on information as this is still an area that I'm still practicing in, and so this is very, very new for all of us. Definitely go watch that. And then Instagram. If you haven't done the Instagram training yet, definitely do Instagram, because there's nothing being said about Instagram, and Instagram accounts being shut down because of business. And so that's a great way to reach your cold market and just stay safe. Definitely, basic things like go check right now if your Instagram is even public. It should be public. Make sure you know how you're using hashtags. Make sure you're using something like Instagress, or at least doing things manually where you're actively going and finding people to follow, so therefore they can follow you back, or whatever you want to use. If you want to do your own thing right now, but definitely watch the Instagram training. Now, the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is your why. And this is something that my life coach asked me, and she asked me kind of like my why. And the first thing I said to her was, I want to empower women and help them realize that they have everything they need in the entire universe and they can make anything happen. And I told her about like my passion with Manifestation Babe, my passion with helping women start their own businesses through Beachbody, like women just being empowered. And she's like, that's great, but a lot of people share that same why, and that's not going to get you out of bed in the morning. Just wanting to help people is very awesome. We all want to help people. We're all Beachbody coaches because we want to help people, but that's so basic, and that's not going to get you out of bed in the morning. That's not going to make you work when you're sick. That's not going to make you work when you're just having a mental breakdown. And so it's not enough to just want to help people and make a little extra money for your family. You really have to get down and think about the why that really makes you cry. And I know this phrase is just overused and said all the time, why that makes you cry. But she's like, you need to keep writing reasons why you're a Beachbody coach, or whatever you're doing in your life. Maybe you have like a career, maybe you're a nurse or whatever, like whatever that reason is why you're doing certain things, keep writing, keep going, and keep digging deep until it makes you cry. And once you hit that level where you're just crying, thinking about your why, that's what's going to help you work your business on your sick days, late nights, at the crack of dawn, when no one is supporting you, when you think that all this stuff that you're doing isn't working. And let me tell you, with my move, I've been working like either between 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. or between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. because I have a lot of things going on during the day, and that's going to continue. Like my hours are just so weird. And, I could easily just be like, oh, screw this. I want to go to bed. I'm so tired. Or why am I waking up early when I technically don't have to be up until like 10 a.m. or whatever. And so it's because I have a really strong why. Like I've dug deep. I know exactly what my why is. I know why I'm doing this. And so like really think about why you sign up to be a coach. Is it something, going beyond helping people, making a little extra money? Is it retiring your parents? Are you trying to retire your husband from his super hard work? Are you trying to retire yourself from your super hard work? Like you want to stay home and be with your kids. Do you want to be able to travel without anyone saying no to you? That's my why personally. Pay off debt is another one of my whys that you've been sitting under for years. You can do it so fast in this business, but you have to stay consistent and you have to like keep going. And then so pick whatever reason that is and write it down and put it everywhere and think about it every single day. And that's what's going to help you get up in the morning and work your business. And put it as your iPhone background, put it as a sticky note on your laptop, anywhere that you're going to see it. And then I have another thing that I want to quickly mention is in regards to time management, which is kind of similar to discovering your why. So time management reminder. So for all the coaches who are moms, work full-time, go to school full-time, all of the above. I know when I started this business, I was working almost full-time, 30 hours a week. I was going to school, definitely over full-time. Like I was always 4 credits above full-time or 3 credits above full-time. I had a commute of an hour and a half every single day. And I was trying to grow this business. So I remember those days, and I'm about to be really, really busy again because I have this huge, huge goal of reinvesting into my business, spending a lot more on ads and getting rid of debt so that all my money I make can just go back into my business and can go back into my why. And so I can travel more and all this stuff. And so I decided to, keep myself busy, make a little extra money and work full time. And so this goes for me too. And I thought about like, oh my God, how's this going to work? I have to kind of rediscover my why, rediscover my market because, I'm going to be really, really busy. So now I can appeal to people who are really, really busy. But I have to remind myself time management, and I have to remind myself why I'm doing this. And I have to remind myself that I have to look at the time that I put into my business as kind of like deposits. And I'll talk more about that on the next slide. But you have to put time into this. And so any extra time, like free time, TV time, Netflix time, if you have time to watch Netflix and scroll through Instagram for no reason, I write poop time on here because Amy and I always talk about how every time we're sitting on the toilet, we invite people to the business or like we do things all the time. Like I know I look for my quotes when I'm on the toilet, like just like you spend a lot of time, any free extra time on this business, you're going to spend on this business if you're serious about it. Like going out with friends, sometimes you're going to have to say no. And this time is going to feel like huge sacrifices. It's going to feel like, oh my God, I'm literally killing myself. And perhaps you're going to feel like, nothing's happening, especially if you've been a coach for even under 2 years. You're going to feel like you're sacrificing for no reason. Trust me, I know how that feels. I know how you feel. Like you're going to feel like it's for nothing. But I want you to see the time that you put into this business every single day that you're sacrificing on other things as a deposit. So think about like a bank account deposit. So you're putting in the time right now in your business for the future. So imagine like in the future, one day not having to go to work anymore because of the time that you put in right now in this business. Or, if you're a full-time student, one day you're going to graduate school, then what? Imagine not having to go job searching. That was me. I didn't have to. I made enough money to where basically I can either get a job or be a Beachbody coach for the same amount of money. And that was freaking awesome. Being able to provide for your kids beyond your wildest dreams, especially if you're a mom. And so the way I see it is looking at the time that you're putting into this business as a bank account. So any extra time, so even minutes can be seen as like putting dollars into your bank account, just a few dollars, a few minutes, a few dollars. And, the more compound interest can work on it. So this business literally compounds over time. It is exponential. Ask any network marketer and they will all agree that in the very beginning, it's very slow. There's going to be some ups and downs, some jumps, but it's going to be kind of steadily, slowly, climbing up there. And then one day, just boom, all your hard work, all the deposit, it's like slowly depositing money and then boom, compound interest. And all of a sudden you're a millionaire. Like think about it that way. So one day it's just going to be growth, explosions, rewards, but it doesn't happen without time deposits. So if you're not depositing money into a bank, like you're not going to see that kind of reward in the future, right? So think about it as time right now. Time that you spend on this business right now is going to pay off in the future. And I know I'm being really repetitive about that, but I think it's so important to think about the long term in this business and think about it as investments. Now for the Q&A, so this is going to be kind of a shorter team call. I'm sure you guys don't mind, but so the Q&A segments, I guess I'm just going to read Amy's, but we basically agreed on all the same stuff. So Danielle asked, like, I have good conversations with a few women and then they just stop responding when I follow up and then don't respond. That's what I'm struggling with right now. So for me, from my point of view, is it can be a few things. So one is some people are just not ready. Like they like what you have to say from the beginning, and then they realize they have all these excuses. Like they'd rather go out with friends, or they're not ready to lose weight yet, or they have some, they have a bill coming up that they'd rather pay, or whatever it is, and they just don't want to offend you by saying no. And some people just hate saying no to people, and so they have no idea how to say no to you. So for them, an easier out is just to stop responding, and that's fine. Some people are just like that. Sometimes I'm like that. Sometimes I have a really hard time saying no to people. Sometimes people, and this happens to me all the time, I'll read a text message and I'll think I responded, and 3 days later that person's mad at me because I didn't respond. And I'm like, wait, I read this message, I responded in my head, oops. So some people are just like that. Like some people are just really, really busy. They read messages on the go, and then they just forget that they, you see that they read it and you think that they're just ignoring you, but perhaps like they're not ignoring you. They just completely forgot they intended, and sometimes on the fourth follow-up, they're like, oh my God, I swear, like I responded to you. I'm sorry, can you send me the link, whatever. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. If they stop responding for real, like you're literally on the fourth try and they're just not responding, just let it go. Keep posting, keep doing your thing. People are going to come back. And just like Amy said, or actually, yeah, I said they'll be back when they realize they're ready. And then Amy says, don't stop interacting with them just because they stop responding. I usually still try to comment and like things on these people's pages. And I do the same thing. I keep engaging with them. I don't look at them as like, oh, this person's just rude or whatever, rude to me, or they don't like me or whatever. I'm just like, whatever, it's not for them. So I'm going to keep like depositing my time into them. I'm going to keep interacting with them, but I'm not going to spend so much time on them that it's taking up all my free time to interact with this person. I'm going to keep looking for new people to engage with. So you should always be looking for new people. You should never depend on one person or two people to sign up. You should give people, give people the link, send the link, do your work. Just be emotionally unattached to the outcome. Just keep doing your thing, send links when they need to be sent, do follow-ups when they need to be followed up, do invites when they need to be invited, but just always keep moving forward. And yeah, so you just want to keep showing that you're trying to be their friend, and it's not just for a sale. And then, yeah, Amy reiterated that, like, spend that extra time looking for new contacts. And then it's kind of the same thing for this question. I'm struggling with the long process it takes to sign up a coach. I've been waiting for a response with some for weeks now. Is there anything you say that makes them decide faster within days? Totally get what you mean. I actually have a coach that asked for the link like last week, and I followed up twice with her, and I still don't have an answer. So I totally get it. Sometimes I will say, like, especially, for instance, it's Sunday, right? Usually we have a new coach training starting Monday. You can be like, we have our upcoming new coach training starting tomorrow. Like, I don't want you to miss out. I don't want you to wait an extra week. Like, just showing some sort of urgency, or like, I only have a few spots left, or I'm only mentoring this many coaches this month. You'll have to wait until the next month. Even though we can easily take on 20 coaches in a day or whatever, but like, just showing some kind of urgency, checking in every few days. Sometimes offering a small incentive. This is like the very, very last minute, and I don't ever offer incentives for someone to sign up as a coach. Sometimes I'll do it for like challenge groups or whatever, just because I'll be like, I'll give you a free sample of Shakeology if you sign up today, especially when you're trying to hit Success Club. This is more for like hitting Success Club at the end of the month. But if you're really trying to hit Emerald, for instance, you're really trying to hit Diamond by a certain day or whatever, you can always offer like a PD book, a sample of something, whatever. And then sometimes you'll just have to let those people go. Like, I've had people who were like this close to signing up, and then they just nothing, like dead silence. And then they ended up signing up a few months later, and they ended up being an amazing coach and rank advanced really fast and just took off their business, whatever. So you just never know. Amy said, remember that these are just seeds planted. Continue to interact, continue to post, prove to them that you will be here when they're ready. Look for new people as well. If you focus so much on the few seeds that you planted and you forget to plant more, you will starve. This is so important. You should never depend on one or two people. You should always keep going, keep moving forward. And that way you always have some people ahead while the people behind are still catching up. And so that's how this business also compounds, is because usually it's people from previous months that get you to the Success Club this month. So the work that you're doing this month is for Success Club in the future, or your team in the future. So always be like future oriented, and just always think about depositing now for later. Some people like to see it as sowing seeds. I like to see it as like a bank account, like depositing money now, interest works, and then you reap the rewards later, whatever. We all have our little analogies. And then this is a long-term game. We all hate waiting. Of course, we all hate waiting, but as a coach, it would become the foundation of your business. And so that's pretty much all I have to say. I just have a post-call assignment just because I'm curious, and I'd love to help you guys figure out what your whys are. I'm going to start a thread in the team page, and I just want everyone to post their why, like their biggest reasons why they're doing this business. And I want you, if it's like very, very private or way too emotional, like obviously you can keep it to yourself, but I'd love to, it kind of brings us together as a family to learn why we're all doing this together. But I want you to sit there, and it might, even if you don't respond until tomorrow, like literally sit there and go as deep as you can until tears stream down your face. And that's the why that's going to fuel you in your business goals. That's the why that's going to fuel you when people are not responding to you, when people are saying they're going to sign up and they don't. Like, there's a reason for your why. And then let us know after you post your why what the actions and commitments you will start doing from now on in your business based on your why and how badly you want your business to succeed. So post your why that makes you cry, and then and then realize what you haven't been doing before that you will be doing now that you realize how badly you want this. And I think I'm going to stop the screen share and just see if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything else that you want me to answer, or anything else. Is it Zakia or Zakia? Oh, wait. Now you're unmuted.
Oh.
Go ahead. Yes.
So I was doing some personal development on the Beachbody, and because I had one girl that almost, like, she went for the coaching. She went and she filled out like the start of the application, but then she didn't finish it. And then I followed up with her twice, and I got no response back. So I was like, how can I avoid this from happening next time? And then in the videos, they recommend that you set up time with them to go through the application process together with them. Is that something you do, or?
You can. I personally don't. I personally never, I feel like at that point, you're just being a little too pushy. I feel like at that point, even if they were to sign up, they might not be your best coach because they might not be someone very invested. You want to always look for people where you give them the link and they're like, oh my God, I'm so ready for this. And they sign up without a problem. They do it as quickly as possible. That way, you know that person is going to, because the people that take forever to sign up are also going to be the people who take forever to do the coach training, who are going to take forever to even talk to a single person, who are going to take forever to even make a post. So that's how you kind of can filter like who's serious and who's not serious. And that's why I say like, keep going, like be patient with that person, keep checking in, but don't depend on, her to get through the sign up. Look for new people, constantly look for new people, look for new seeds. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anyone else? It's so awesome to see you guys. I'm really missed you guys. I think it's been like 2 weeks since team call. Okay, well, if no one has anything, then I think I'm going to let you guys go. Oh, there's a chat. Amy's training is awesome, super straightforward. Yeah, I'm going to watch it right now. I know I started my like page, but I'm the kind of person that starts things without even like thinking about it. So now I'm going to see what I'm doing. But okay. All right. Have a good night, guys. The recording will be up in the team page. Bye.